No.
9歳だよ。遊びたい盛りの子供に、あの人はいきなり社会と金の話をしてきたんだ。
Throughout Michigaki's childhood, there was a constantly rotating cast of women at his father's cultural side. The woman came and went one after the other, each calling herself his mother, offering him various forms of distorted love. Some were affectionate to him, even in the shallow way of a child playing with a favorite toy. Others were openly hostile, even abusive, but however they treated him, his father showed no interest whatsoever. On the other hand, Sakaki Ujiro was abnormally intrusive when it comes to his son's studies and friendships. Perhaps it was because he had once failed the Tokyo Imperial University examination himself, but he demanded superlative academic results from Michikaki, insisting he would tolerate nothing less than an admission to a renowned national university. Any friends his son made at school were thoroughly investigated by detective agencies. When Michikaki failed to produce superb results or showed the slightest signs of disobedience, his father would respond with violence.
家が怖かった。学校から戻ることが苦痛で仕方なかった。
Desperate to escape his terror, Michigaki threw himself into his studies, ultimately passing the entrance exam for the nation's most prestigious university. This success extended to his personal life, and he obediently acquired himself with the gratuitous tiers of high society. The more Michigaki met his expectations, the more his father came to demand from him.
大学に入った頃だったか。あの人は私に言ったのだよ。
Michigaki's voice trembled slightly as if afraid to even recite the memory of his father. It takes some time before the next words emerge from his mind.
お前の自我などいらない。俺の人形になって、俺の死後も働けとね。
University didn't bring the freedom Michigaki had hoped for. Every step he took was decided by his father under constant observation. He lived as nothing more than an extension of another man's will.
そして、私の自我の一切がついえ、完全な人形となるのを見計らったかのように、あの人は亡くなったんだ。
Ichigaki turns his eyes toward the
それ
window.
からのことは、君も何かで聞いているだろう。後に残されたのは完全なあの人のコピーというわけだ。あの人と同じことをしていれば波動を進めると思っていた。だからユミコの行動が何一つとして理解できなかった。
That's why you followed her footsteps after losing everything. With yet another bitter smile, Michigaki slowly nods.
そんなことをしてどうなるわけでもないんだがな。ただ何かあるのかもしれないとすがるようにして。
Did you find anything? He shakes his head.
何もなかったよ。話をしようにも妻も娘ももうどこにもいなかった。ただ何より恐ろしかったのは、そんな状況にあってさえ。わかるかね？幼い頃から他人はクズだゴミだと教え込まれ、女は道具だと言われ続けてきた人間が、今更になって家族の愛だの情だの理解できるわけがないのだよ。
Once again, Michigaki's gaze turns into the ceiling. He's not shedding tears, but he's wearing the expression of a crying man. The expression of a man painstakingly forcing his face to take on the contours of sorrow.
私は悔いることすらできないんだ。
When you've known right, it's easy enough to see wrong for what it is. When all you know is violence and cruelty and misery, they're simply facts of your existence. By looking at the situation outside, you can understand that if you've fallen to the very bottom, and yet the grief and remorse just won't come. There's no emptier feeling. Ichigaki is mired in the depth of an extraordinary despair. No matter how he moves, no matter how he says, the smothering darkness all around doesn't so much as stir. He's sunk into an inescapable hell. It's the polar opposite of his daughter's suffering. Where Yumiko felt pain, this man knows only crushing numbness. Might be hard to swallow coming from a brat like me, but I can sort of understand your feelings. There was a time when I couldn't even grieve for the things I'd lost. I tell Michigaki just a little about my own past, about my misery and my own small glimmer of hope, about the emptiness I felt when even that was snatched away from me, and about the despair I endured again and again until my heart grew numb, until I couldn't even recognize it as despair. Wouldn't say I completely recovered even now, but little by little I started to experience those feelings again. Do you know why? It's because of Yumiko. Having her in my life helped me regain something like normal human emotion. By protecting another human being, by sharing my life with them, I gained something in return. The impenetrable darkness inside of me was punctured with a few small rays of light. But if I hadn't met Yumiko, there's no doubt I'd still be wallowing in the same despair as this man. I need to be on my way, but tell me something first. What are you planning to do from now on? Alright, in that case, I'm going to make a request of you. You do whatever you want with the time you got left, but don't give up on living. Staring straight into Michikaki's eyes and continuing in a forceful tone of voice. Don't take anything else away from Yumiko. Whatever you think of yourself, she still sees you as her father. Goodbye. Those final words seem to have an effect on Michigaki. I've already turned my back and taken a few steps when I hear him raising his feet.
Yumiko.
When I turn around, Michigaki looks at me with the expression of a man who's just reached a firm conclusion. What do you think I've been doing since the very beginning, jackass? This isn't the hollow husk of a man I was speaking to a moment ago. It's not a broken puppet who told me he was nothing. At the end, Ichigaki stands before me as a father. Don't think I can accept that request. Because someday you will have to help make Yumiko happy as well. But when I speak those words, the light fades from his eyes. And Yumiko's a woman who can grieve for a puppet. Weren't you listening? She dragged me up out of that same muck you're sinking in. Yes, I wouldn't even be standing in this room otherwise. Yumiko's lingering unhappiness wasn't a product of bitterness, much less a desire for revenge. It was something else entirely. And that's why I came here, to show them a path toward accepting the past. That's not going to be your final request. I'll come see you again. Make sure you stick around until then. Turning around once more, I head for the door. This time, there's no calling from behind. Yumiko's not standing in the hallway where I left her. But it doesn't take long for me to realize where she's gone. The weather's a nice day. She has to be there. A powerful wind gusts across the rooftop, Sandwiched between the vivid blue skies and dull gray concrete, a small white thing flutters in the breeze. A slender milepost, marking the spot where it all began, and the spot where it's going to end. Her white skirt and long black hair dance in the air as I slowly approach. No, I want to see this picture. Got it. There. Let's get a good look at that picture. We needed this. Wrapping my arms around that slim body from behind, I embraced her tightly. Yumiko, who must have realized I was approaching without flinching or turning around, she reaches up to grasp at my hand. Shoulders tremble softly. She lets her tears spill freely down onto my arm. God, this roller coaster. Affectionately stroking my hand, Yumiko thanks me again and again. The wind gusts strongly past us, but we accept it head on, steady as a deeply rooted tree. Yeah, shoot.
父に教えてあげたい。ユージに教えてもらったように、父がそこにちゃんといるんだってことを。
She chokes up repeatedly as the words leave her mouth, and her voice seems strong and firm. It's going to take a while, you know. Michigaki has many, many empty years behind him. Filling that massive void won't be a small project or an easy one.
平気よ。だって私は一人じゃないもの。
Her hands squeeze firmly down on mine.
大丈夫。
I nod and squeeze back. The word I spoke to Michigaki were my honest feelings. It's almost because of Yumiko that I'm here today. I owe her everything. Alright, let's teach them together. That Yumiko falls silent once more, grasping my hand. She gives into the sky and lets the wind break against her body. Beautiful summer clouds drift by far overhead. The sky Yumiko watched before was always a lonely place. The fall of blue was a symbol of nothingness, a reflection of the emptiness below. But right now, I think she's seeing something very different up there.
Hi, 失礼します。例の件の報告？はい、そうです。いいわよ。報告してちょうだい。東浜電鉄に絡む敵対勢力の排除ですが、筆頭であった門間陸将補の急逝により、その勢力は次第に弱まっています。一部の組織暴力が旧来の組織と手を組んで資金集めをしているという情報もありますが、取るに足らないものかと思われます。榊道明のその後は？精神的にかなりの疲弊が見られましたが、現在は娘の榊由美子の支援により回復傾向にあるとのことです。以前のような暴挙には至らないと見て間違いないでしょう。彼も国益を損ねるようなところまで手を広げずに、抱えきれる程度にしておけばよかったのよ。目をつけられちゃいけないところにバレた以上、見過ごすわけにはいかなかったわ。外事経由の情報では、陸将補が内通していたとされる外国人の女も処理されたそうです。門間陸将補もバカなことをしたわね。そのままおとなしくしておけば議員にだってなれたのに。
年がいもなくやってきた春に浮かれて欲をかいたせいで病死することになったわけだから。
門真陸将補の後継ですが、内田一佐の昇格が決まりました。
あの人畜無害のおじさんなら無難に務めるでしょう。適当な中間のポジションには首振ってハンコつくだけの人間がいればそれでいいわ。それにこの職場に関して言えば野心など一切ない方がいい。
全ては上層部の思惑通りというわけですか。
そうね。何もかもが最初から最後まで手のひらの上だった。実際に榊道明に対峙した彼らも私たちもね。
9029、残念ですね。結局ここもやめちゃいましたし。
まあ仕方ないわよ。もう子供も生まれたわけだし、そうそう無茶もできなくなる潮時だったのよ。何よ、私の顔をじっと見て。
寂しそうですね、先輩。
余計な詮索をしないでちょうだい。キアラ、コーヒー入れて。
はい、わかりました。以上で報告を終わり
As
ま
you
す。
heard in that, life in jail.
さようなら。ユージ。
5 years later. Pulled along by a small hand, I walked down a gently curved road at the side of a familiar river. I had to bend over a little to match the height of my companion, moving at an awkward trot. I do my best to keep up. Maybe you could slow down instead, Yuma. My entreaty, delivered with a lopsided half smile, is shut down instantly. As Yuma hauls me forward with renowned vigor, I hear a quite giggle from behind us. Look, Yumiko, can you stop laughing and say something to the kid? Ignoring this request entirely, Yumiko smiles over at us. One of her hands is occupied with a picnic basket, the other with a bag full of painting materials. She watches her husband and only daughter run noisily along with an expression of profound contentment of her face. With practiced movements, Yuma brushes away a little dirt, then guides us to our seat on the grass. The instant Yumiko settles herself onto the ground, Yuma slips in between her legs and onto her lap. Why don't you sit with me every once in a while, Yuma? Kicking her stumpy legs in the air, Yuma turns her face away in rejection. Yumiko, of course, just watches and laughs typically. Looking back at her mother, Yuma makes her usual demand. Yumiko nods and retrieves a sketch quote from her bag. First coming here has become part of our normal routine. But first, we gotta admire this. Just leave a thumbs up for this or a like. Like if you like the scenario that's in front of us. Although, hey artist, I think you screwed up with the cross there, but it's always the three of us, Yumiko, me, and our only child. Pretty much every weekend we're here performing a happy family number, sweet enough that it'll be likely nauseating any unfortunate observers.
ほら、ちゃんと持ちなさい。こないだみたいに汚しちゃうわよ。
Yumiko reaches down and makes Yuma shift the marker in her hand to a more normal grip. Last week, a budding artist in question ended up defacing one of her favorite flowers as a result of that sloppy marker technique. With this energetic response, Yuma immediately twitches back to her bizarre initial grip. Swirling, whirling, Yumiko takes her daughter's small hand in hers and shifts the marker again. Hard to believe it's the same hand that once came flying at my face. It's unthinking rejection. Sounds like all the tests were good, I'm glad. Yumiko nods brightly. Just the other day, the doctor in charge of Michikaki's case granted approval for a discharge from the hospital. Yumiko's years of steady, determined effort have finally been rewarded. Yeah, good thing we had you around, Yuma. In response to this innocent question, I just stroke her head. Yuma's cheerfulness provided more than enough warmth to thaw Michika's heart. These days, his smile is like a good-natured old man every time his granddaughter walks into the room. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Yuma, losing interest in the conversation, scribbles passionately away at her sketchbook. Gripping her marker firmly in her fist, she piles facially circular circles onto each other, seemingly at random. Looking up at me, she grins from ear to ear and points at the sketchbook. A mishmash of shapes that might barely qualify as something like a face stares up at me from the sheet of paper. Sorry, Yumiko, seems Yuma might have taken after me instead of you on this front. Unable to find appropriate words of praise, I let out a fatherly sigh. We got to do something about her sense of aesthetics, at least. As I heave another long sigh, my wife and daughter crackle at me. And when her laughter dies down, Yumiko mumbles a few words to herself. I can't stop smiling. I bet you guys are like, why the heck is he smiling? Because, like I said before constantly, it's like I'm in the person's shoes. I'm literally there. So I'm experiencing every single emotion. Stroking Yuma's head gently, she continues with 3 earnest words. Once there was only emptiness inside her, Yumiko rejected everything and avoided all communication, cut off the lines, tying her to the world. Eventually, the passage of time softened her, and slowly, almost against her will, she began to form a new connection, but at least those bonds inspired only denial and guilt. Today, she's full of the brim with heartfelt gratitude. It flows out of her as natural as she breathes. Every thank you is nothing less than proof that Yumiko's embraced this world with open arms, that she's actively chosen to live in it. That's my line. Thank you, Yumiko. After a long, painstaking search, we found happiness. Of course, it's a fragile thing with no constant form. We still have our struggles and our doubts. But it's not just the two of us anymore. There's something else for us to protect, someone else to protect us both. The future we couldn't begin to imagine is slowly revealing its shape. The warm late spring wind blows gently past us. As the leaves rustle softly in the distance, Yuma's musical voice flies off toward the ocean. And in the sky we've drawn together, there's not a single speck of cloud. Just to prevent copyright strike, I have to skip this.
グリザイア
But
果実
this is the end of the Fruit of Grisaia series. I will most likely not get into the other routes. If any other route, I'm going to either pick Sachi or Michiru. I'll leave that to you guys for that one. But anyway, this is the Anime Alley, signing off. Thank you for joining me on this journey through this game. I hope you have enjoyed this as much as I did. This is by far the longest session I have ever done in my YouTube career. We're going to do a finish up of Princess of Evangel, but this draws the end of Fruit of Grisaia. Keep watching anime. Enjoy yourselves. Do whatever you would damn well please. Remember the lessons that I say from my episodes, because there was actual meaning behind it, and also behind this that gives you small glimpses of sadness and happiness. I don't know, I'm just going off speaking out of my ass, but I can't stop smiling. I'm glad I done this, and I hope you guys have as well. I'll see you next time. This is the Anime Alley, signing off.